In this video, we're going to discuss what an investment center is. So an investment center is a subunit of an organization in which the manager is held responsible for revenues, costs, and investments. So this is what distinguishes it from a profit center, because a profit center, the manager is held responsible for revenues and costs. But with an investment center, the manager actually has the ability to make decisions about investments that are made in the subunit. So then the corporate level office would evaluate the manager on not only what was the revenues and costs and the profit for the subunit, but also the quality of the investments that were made. Were they a good idea? Did they turn out well? And so forth. So let's take Starbucks as an example. If we're looking at an individual Starbucks store, a store would likely be a profit center, not an investment center, because any one single store, probably the manager doesn't have the authority to say, oh, we're going to get new shelving here, we're going to get a new sign, or we're going to redesign this, or they don't have the authority probably to make those kind of decisions. It's possible, but I doubt it. So those decisions are probably made at the regional level. So when I say regional level, for example, we might have Starbucks Japan. So you have Starbucks Japan, and you could have Starbucks US, and so forth. Starbucks could break apart their larger organization into subunits based on geographic region. So Starbucks Japan, Starbucks US. So let's go with Starbucks Japan. And let's say that Starbucks Japan, there's a regional manager who oversees all the stores that are in Japan. All the Starbucks stores that are in Japan are overseen by this regional manager. And then that manager, let's assume, and I don't know this to be a fact, but let's assume that that manager has the authority to make investments in all the stores in Starbucks Japan. For example, if they were to say, you know what, we think that a lot of our stores haven't been updated in a while, and so they're starting to look old and kind of decrepit, and we need to make an investment where we're going to improve the signage, we're going to get new signage, we're going to get new countertops, we're going to do all that. That would be an investment, right? That's not normal costs and stuff for a store. That's a significant investment in updating the stores. And so if the regional manager had the authority to make that decision for all the stores in Japan, then the regional manager for Starbucks Japan would have authority over investments and would be treated, that subunit, his or her subunit, would be treated as an investment center. Starbucks Japan would be an investment center, whereas the store, just one single store in Starbucks Japan, a store by itself, is a profit center. But the region, Starbucks Japan, if they have the authority not just to say, okay, what are our revenues and costs for Starbucks Japan, but we can make investments and be evaluated based on those investments, then Starbucks Japan would be an investment center.